What's going on, chat? Just got back from climbing. Had a busy day at work today. Pretty long day today. Hopefully by tomorrow or by Sunday, I'll be back in my original background, which is my apartment. So without further ado, let's get into it though. Faith is a state of mind which may be induced by autosuggestion. Although all through the ages, religious leaders have admonished struggling humanity to have faith in this, that, and the other dogma or creed. They have failed to tell people how to have faith. They have not stated that faith is a state of mind and that they may be induced by self-suggestion. In language any normal human being can understand, we will describe all that is known about the principle through which faith may be developed, where it does not already exist. Have faith in yourself, faith in the infinite. Before we begin, you should be reminded again that faith is the external elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. The foregoing sentence is worth reading a second time, and a third, and a fourth. It is worth reading aloud. Faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches. Faith is the basis of all miracles and mysteries that cannot be analyzed by the rules of science. Faith is only known antidote to failure. Faith is the element, the chemical, which, when mixed with prayer, gives one direct communication with infinite intelligence. Faith is the element that transforms the ordinary vibration of thought created by the finite mind of man into the spiritual equivalent. Faith is the only agency through which the cosmic force of infinite intelligence can be harnessed and used. Every one of the foregoing statements is capable of proof. The proof is simple and easily demonstrated. It is wrapped up in the principle of autosuggestion. Let us center our attention upon the subject of self-suggestion and find out what it is capable of achieving. It is a well-known fact that one comes finally to believe whatever one repeats to oneself, whether the statement be true or false. If a person repeats a lie over and over, the lie will eventually be accepted as truth. Moreover, it will be believed to be the truth. Each of us is what we are because of the dominating thoughts we permit to occupy our minds, thoughts which are deliberately placed in our own minds and encouraged with sympathy, and with which are mixed any one or more of the emotions constitute the motivating forces. These forces direct and control our every movement, act, and deed. Thoughts which are mixed with any of the feelings or emotions constitute a magnetic force with force which attracts from the vibrations of the ether other similar or related thoughts. A thought thus magnetized with emotion may be compared to a seed. When planted in fertile soil, germinates, grows, and multiplies itself over and over again until the one small seed becomes countless millions of seeds of the same brand. The ether is a great cosmic mass of external forces of vibration. It is made up of both destructive vibrations and constructive vibrations. It carries at all times vibrations of fear, poverty, disease, failure, misery, and vibrations of prosperity, health, success, and happiness. It does this just as surely as it carries the sound of hundreds of orchestrations of music and hundreds of human voices, all of which maintain their individuality and means of identification through the medium of ratio. From the great storehouse of the ether, the human mind is constantly attracting vibrations that harmonize with that which dominates the mind. Any thought, idea, plan, or purpose which one holds in one mind attracts from the vibrations of the ether a host of its relatives. It adds these relatives to its own force and grows until it becomes the dominating, motivating master of the individual in whose mind it has been housed. Now, let us go back to the starting point and find out how the original seed of an idea, plan, or purpose may be planted in the mind. The information is easily conveyed. Any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. This is why you're asked to write out a statement of your major purpose or defined chief aim. Commit it to memory and repeat it in audible words day after day until these vibrations of sound have reached your subconscious mind. We are what we are because of the vibrations of thought that we pick up and register the stimuli of our daily environment. Resolve to throw off the influences of any unfortunate environment and to build your own life to order. Taking an inventory of mental assets and liabilities, you will discover that your greatest weakness is lack of self-confidence. This handicap can be surmounted and timidity translated into courage, though the aid of the principle of autosuggestion. The application of this principle may be through a simple arrangement of positive thoughts, impulses stated in writing, memorized and repeated until they become a part of the working equipment of the subconscious faculty of your mind. I'm going to take a pause there because the next one's going to be a bit longer. But I want to pick up on one thing. The statement that says, we are what we are because of the vibrations of thought that we pick up and register the stimuli of our daily environment. And also taking in inventory of mental assets and liabilities, you will discover that your greatest weakness is the lack of self-confidence. Now, I want to talk about the first bit about the vibrations on your day-to-day basis. If you're constantly thinking about, okay, what things am I doing on a day-to-day basis that is more or less getting me to my goal, but centered on my principles and values. I think is a very strong way to convey that message. The other one was your assets and liabilities, your own personal assets and liabilities, right? This could be an asset of being fit. A liability is that you're out drinking, right? So there's many different other examples of the same thing, but if you're able to take note of what your assets are or what your liabilities are, even on a numerical basis as well, that be, some kind of car or anything that's really holding you back that has no monetary value or is not going to add value later in your life, why have it? And even like a book can be an asset, right? Being on the screen time can be a liability. All these different things, but I think that's something to take note of. I didn't really think about that on that aspect. When you think of assets and liabilities, you think about it on a financial statement, or if it be more of a business related situation or personal wealth situation, but not on an internal personal thing, right? Like, what are my assets? What are my liabilities that I can improve on, characteristically, based on my character or based on my morals or principles. So I thought that was very something that I just kind of thought, just something that I liked. So yeah, on and off today, exhausted, but I'll see you guys tomorrow for sure. See ya.